We are building the top trumps project from the YByte Python curriculum available at www.ybyte.in. We saw previously what are the learning goals from this activity. We saw how the game will look like once it's complete. But clearly, to build something like this, we need to create the cards for the game. In other words, we need a large amount of data relating to these different buildings. So we need a database of buildings. For this purpose, for the purpose of our project here, we are going to use a comma separated values, or say a CSV file, to hold this database of buildings. Now, before getting into how we process the CSV file and let's say, how do we get the data out of it, let's spend a little bit of time trying to just understand what does CSV mean, why is it useful, how we can ourselves create it, and where did, let's say for this project, where can we get this data? I just did a quick Google search, and like I said, CSV stands for comma separated values. It's a text file format that uses commas to separate values and new lines to separate records. Basically, in our case, for example, every new line would be a new building, and within that line, there will be separate, say, attributes of the building separated by a comma. Now, CSV files are quite easy to create. In fact, we can create them ourselves, for example, using Excel, or any such spreadsheet program. They are useful because, they have very little formatting, and hence, it's kind of nice to sort of use them to, let's say, transfer a lot of data across. So CSV tends to be very compact, and hence it's quite useful. For the purpose of this project, we have made a CSV file, skyscrapers.csv, available on our website, ybyte.in, Python level 3 course material. If you open this file, you'll see exactly what I was saying. Basically, every building is on a separate row. Now, basically, notice John Hancock Tower, Q1 Tower, Freedom Tower, and so on. And on every row, we have, let's say, these different attributes of a building, which are separated by a comma. And that's exactly the whole idea. This is why it's called a comma separated value. Now, you can open this in Excel, you can edit this in Excel, and so on. You may not even see the commas, but the commas are there. And that's why I opened this in a text file. I opened this in like Notepad so that we can see this clearly. Now, in case you're wondering, where did I get this skyscrapers.csv file? Well, this is thanks to a very interesting repository I found on GitHub, set up by Kay Endres, thanks to her, for creating these very interesting data from the top trunks cards that she had purchased. This is a very nice repository because she has been kind enough to create CSV files for many different themes. In fact, that's where my skyscrapers had come from. Clearly, if you are interested in building this game for different themes, this could be a good starting point. You could get the data from here. You could, let's say, upload it. You can also edit it. You can do your own fact checking and so on, so that this becomes like a base on which we build this game. I will, however, stick to my skyscrapers.csv. I just click on this. When I click on this, it opens the file in Google Drive. Now, clearly notice this looks a little bit more formatted, but remember that's because the Google spreadsheets are taking care of this. I can just download this onto my computer. Now, having downloaded this on my computer, I can get to the REPL that I want to create the project in, and I can then upload this file. So I just go in here. I just pick up my top trumps for skyscrapers, let the name be. That's a CSV file, as you can see clearly. I will rename this file so that it's a little bit easier for me to sort of work with this. I just call it, let's say, skyscrapers.csv. Now, what we will do is that we will open this file in our, there's a space over here, so I'll just fix this. We will open this file in our project so that we can get moving with it. We'll see that in the next video, but I hope this gave you an idea of where this data has come from. As always, if you think this way of learning, where we build activities to understand the concepts, it's something that appeals to you, look at our website, www.ybyte.in, because we learn Python programming through such fun activities. Take care. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.